Time now for your forecast first. WRBL News 3 First Alert Weather.
Well, if you see any sunshine today, let me know. There's not a lot of it out there after the fog this morning, but temperatures, can't complain about that. Currently 75 in Albany. They're winning the sun game. They've got a little bit out there. For today, we're thinking we'll go up, at least for Columbus, about 75. We're keeping it above normal, and you see a few clouds. We did have some rain this morning in Atlanta. Just overcast skies. We'll tell you about a cool down coming our way. This is WRBL News 3 on your side.
Happening right now, a local law enforcement agency is investigating a man's death. A live report seconds away.
He covered it up. He sanitized it just so this officer can get off with murdering my son. And that's the bottom line.
Yeah, we're very confident in our conclusions. It was a very thorough investigation by Aaliyah.
A police officer will not be charged in the Thanksgiving mall shooting death of the 21-year-old Alabama man. Plus, what Americans think of the president's State of the Union address. Your number one midday news starts right now.
On your side, this is News 3 Midday.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Midday. Thank you for trusting us as your number one source for news at noon. I'm Greg Loyd. The big story this midday is out of Lee County. Lee County Sheriff's investigators are on the scene of a death investigation at a Lee County mobile home park. News 3's Elizabeth White is live in Lee County now with those details. Elizabeth.
Greg, good afternoon to you. Going to go ahead and get out of the way. You can see the yellow crime scene tape that surrounds several trailers here in the County Line mobile home community just off US 29 near the Chambers County Lee County line. Sheriff Jay Jones tells me around 7:30 this morning a man in his 30s was discovered on the front porch of his mobile home, dead from multiple gunshot wounds. We are told the victim's identity will be released later on today. So at this point in the investigation, a suspect has not been developed. We do know investigators are canvassing the area, speaking with neighbors. We are also told some of those neighbors heard gunshots in the early morning hours. However, at this point, we do not know if those gunshots are going to be related to this homicide investigation. Meanwhile, the body has been sent to the Department of Forensic Sciences in Montgomery for a post-mortem examination. And this is the first homicide of the year for the Lee County Sheriff's Office. And of course, investigators are asking if you have any information in this death investigation to please give them a call. And of course, we will keep you updated. For now, reporting live on your side from Lee County, I'm News 3's Elizabeth White.
Okay, Elizabeth, thank you so much for that live report. Across Alabama this midday, Attorney General Steve Marshall says charges will not be filed against a police officer who shot and killed 21-year-old Emmanuel E.J. Bradford. That shooting happened at the River Chase Galleria Mall last Thanksgiving during an active shooting, and the officer mistook Bradford as the shooter. Police later learned Bradford was an innocent bystander who had nothing to do with the crime.
This officer had less than 2 seconds to decide when they saw an individual after a shooting with a gun in his hand, with an aggressive stance, moving toward innocent bystanders in that mall, what action could he take to be able to stop that threat? And we believe that he acted reasonably here.
Now, along with his findings, Marshall also released the video footage from the night of the shooting. Police say the reason the officer mistook Bradford for the shooter, and you heard the Attorney General refer to it, is that he had a weapon out during the chaos. But as it turns out, Bradford was legally licensed carrier, and his parents say the video reveals his heroic actions in trying to protect others.
As a good son, you know, he was really the hero in all of this. So, yeah, as the hero.
And Alabama Attorney General Marshall adds he believes the Federal Bureau of Investigation has reviewed the shooting and found that no civil rights violations occurred. Across Georgia, if you were in Columbus this morning, you likely heard weather sirens going off. Those sounds are very familiar to us, especially on Saturday when we're used to test. But today wasn't an emergency. It's all a part of Severe Weather Awareness Week. The Georgia Emergency Management Agency set aside the first week of February to encourage Georgians to always be prepared for unpredictable weather, including where you and your family would take shelter during a tornado. Well, following the announcement in Alabama that cleared the officer that we mentioned just a few moments ago, some protesters gathered and burned an American flag. Carlos Chavarist, a member of the Birmingham Justice League, spray painted "Black Lives Don't Matter" on the flag before it was set on fire. He said that Bradford's life was burned and that burning the flag, quote, represents what it's like to be black in America, end quote. And across America this midday, President Donald Trump called for bipartisanship in his State of the Union address Tuesday night. But he also stuck with his hardline immigration policies. That stance drew cheers from Republican lawmakers and silence from Democrats. Trump's speech sought to shore up Republican support that had eroded slightly during the recent partial government shutdown. CBS News reports President Trump received high marks for his State of the Union address from instant polls following his speech. In other political news, Democrats chose former Georgia gubernatorial candidate Stacey Abrams to give the rebuttal to President Trump's State of the Union. She's the first African-American woman to deliver the State of the Union response. Last night, Abrams talked about the government shutdown and its effects on furloughed workers. She also discussed gun safety and mentioned voter suppression, saying that it is real and it's happening. For more on these and other stories, we invite you to stay with us around the clock by following us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. WRBL is always on 24/7 at WRBL.com. Well, this midday, we've learned more on a shooting that happened yesterday afternoon in Columbus on Shirley Ann Drive. Around 9 o'clock Tuesday morning, Columbus police arrived on scene and found one person shot. The Robbery and Assault Division took the lead on the case. Right now, we still don't know about the victim's condition, only that the victim was taken to the hospital. That investigation continues. A 30-year-old Columbus woman named Amber Haas is sentenced to 96 months in federal prison after being caught in a drug sting. Investigators say she had almost 2,000 grams of methamphetamine and more than $11,000 in cash on her. Agents with the Drug Enforcement Administration and CPD officers received information regarding a large delivery of meth that would occur in a local shopping center back in 2017. The agents then established surveillance in the area. They said that they saw Haas exiting her vehicle carrying a bag that contained the large sum of money and entering another car. They say it was occupied by 22-year-old Maria Lopez of Atlanta. Haas, according to investigators, admitted she attempted to exchange the cash for nearly 2,000 grams of meth, which agents say they found inside Lopez's center console. The Opelika Police Department this midday needs your help finding this man. He's wanted for fraudulent use of a credit card and a second-degree theft of property from back in December. Police tell us it happened at the Office Depot on Tigertown Parkway. If you have any information, you're asked to call Opelika Police, and police say you may remain anonymous. The Robbery Assault Unit of Columbus Police Department also needs your help right now identifying the person you see on the screen. They say he is a potential witness in an armed robbery of the Circle K gas station at Macon and Reese Roads. That happened last Saturday night around 9 o'clock. If you have any information, please contact Columbus Police. We have those numbers for you on the screen. Well, still to come on News 3 Midday, we had a cold blast last week. We'll take you to a place where cold has a whole new meaning, a true winter blast coming up. But first, meteorologist Jeff Kelly's back with your full forecast. News 3 Midday returns in just a moment.